Okay, guys, this is a test and also a live video using Dawn at Shiny Silver Treasures Winter Wishes. So let's get into round 2 of celebration for the last couple years of Dawn's amazing collections. And I know I've said it before, but definitely looking forward to 2024 and working with Dawn's next round of amazing papers and card making kits, and all of it is just so many amazing things are still being added to her shop. So definitely go check it out. If you haven't been there yet, it's www.shinysilvertreasures.com. And before I tip into the card making part of the program, I just want to reiterate the current promotions that are going on. So starting from the beginning, now through December, if you have a purchase of $5 or more, you will receive a pre-cut package of foiled sentiments. And from the 1st through the 30th, you will receive 25% off of her collections. I believe it is Floral, Vintage, Nature, and Festive Treasures. If I have that incorrect, you can definitely, it will tell you at her online website. And from the 1st through the 20th, you still have time. Any and all purchases, regardless of dollar amount, will automatically be entered for a chance to win a gift card to her shop over Black Friday weekend. You have until, again, November 20th. The drawing will take place on November 23rd, and you will be able to use that coupon on her website. And starting the 24th through midnight on November 27th, please use the following code: Black Friday. It is BLACKFRIDAY 10. That spells out Black Friday 10. That will get you an additional 10% off of your sales. You cannot use that code right now. It will only be active on Black Friday weekend. And again, that will be available from the 24th through midnight on the 27th. And it is also important to note that that code will not be able to be used on her Etsy shop. So when I'm done with the live stream, I will go in and copy in all the information and all the links that you need to get over there, as well as to Dawn's social medias and the other design team members. Absolutely a tremendously talented group of gals. I will say it every time, I'm so privileged to be working with Dawn and the other ladies on her design team. So that being said, I have put out the notifications, and again, I will copy and paste those promotions, and they will be available. There will be links that you can click on and follow. Again, I will do that when I am done with the live stream. So this is the first one I am testing out on the new computer. I was trying to get set up on Streamlabs. So if you saw a couple things go live, that's why. I'm not sure why the camera wasn't streaming through. So I have some stuff I need to sort out. So I just tipped over and I'm going through the standard stream through YouTube directly. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way, and then let's make a few Christmas cards using the absolutely gorgeous Winter Wishes by Dawn at Shiny Silver Treasures. And if you can't make the live stream while it's happening, this will be saved on YouTube, and you will always be able to come back and rewatch it. I'm not sure how many cards we're going to make, but I'm going to keep it kind of under wraps because I tend to go crazy, and we don't need to be here for 5 hours. So anyway, hope everybody is having a great day, and happy Sunday if you are on Sunday, Monday, depending on where you're hailing from, if you're ahead of us. So it is a beautiful day here in the US, and thankfully there's no snow, there's no rain, and we will take it. So, all right, let's get into the winter wishes. I have some pre-made card bases that I have cut down that I'm going to tip into. So let's get it. So it is absolutely so much fun. And I'm so happy to have a computer where I can do this again. I have to relearn everything, but I'm okay with that. Let me pick out 4 card bases and let's go with that. Never mind. We'll do 5. Why not? We'll do 5. Because 5 is fun. 5 is more fun than 4. So anyway, if anybody's out and about and chiming in, please give me a shout out in the chat. And I will try to answer, but I don't have access to my keyboard now. It's not easy to keep it in front of me and then have room to work. But it's always fun if I can't type back, I will at least answer. While I'm looking at the stream, I have everything right in front of me, so that's good. That is helpful. And that is also good for helping me keep my hands in the frame. It is still a challenge. I am much better, but it is still definitely a challenge for me to remember. For whatever reason, I tend to drift south. So just so you know, that is the way that goes. So let me get the stamp set. I'm going to use the Christmas one since we're doing the Christmas themes, but I have it together with her brand new self-created stamp set. She drew the images for Katie Squirrel. There's some mushrooms, and I'm not quite sure where my little acorns got off to, but this is her first ever personalized stamp set, and it is so stinking cute, you guys. Oh my God, it is so much fun. But we are not doing that today. We are doing Christmas. So I'm going to use the stamp set that was included with the Christmas kit, the card making kit. This is not, I believe, available for separate purchase. I believe it is only available through the card making kit. But it's got ho ho ho. It's got Dear Santa. Santa, please stop here. There's an image of Santa, some cookies, a reindeer. I moved them around on the thing, but I believe they are all here and accounted for. So I'm going to make sure I keep that in front of me so I don't lose sight of them. Because, yeah, losing stuff in my craft room, that never happens. So if you guys are tuning in, let me know. How's your Sunday going, or how is your day going? What do you guys do? Do you guys do craft, or do you just like to watch crafters and all that fun stuff? Because sometimes watching crafting is just as fun as doing it, I say. So let me get the papers and see, what do I want to start with. I'm keeping the basket of all the goodies off my desk because right now it's right in the middle of craft season, so I have stuff everywhere. Space is extremely very limited on my desk. So I'm trying to do the safe route so I'm not knocking crap all over the place and keeping it to the side. Just so you know. And I found some of the goodies that were left over. I didn't have many from her Christmas card making kit from last year. So I figured I would roll in last year's stuff too, since we're doing a celebration for Dawn's. Just amazing. I've said it before, and again, it's another thing you will hear me say a lot. Every time I think she can't outdo herself, she does. And that has been true over these past 2 years. So it has been so much fun seeing all the things that she comes up with. And now, like I said, being on the design team, I am so happy to be able to support her. She is so talented. She is such an amazing person. So again, make sure you use those links and go check out her website. I think we're going to go with that guy. I think I like that. We're going to start off with the Christmas tree silhouettes. So let me put that back, and I apologize if it's loud. I'm keeping the sound off. I'm kind of watching the replay on my phone to check for if it's laggy, but I apologize if, oh no, I don't need that. If using my paper cutter and all of that is loud. But it would be the worst kind of echo if I could hear myself talking through my phone while I'm watching the stream, like I said, to make sure it's not too bad. But already it is an amazing start to using this new computer. This is the first time I've done any live streaming on this computer, and I'm already in love. So much better than the laptop I had. No offense to the laptop, but it just could not handle the streaming capabilities. It was just glitchy from hell. And I apologize for the cursey word, but I just had to, because that's what it was. It was streaming hell. Oh my gosh. So, all right. So I'm just usually the way that I work is I will do the background first. If I'm doing bulk card making, I'm not doing that today, but if I were, I put down like all the background papers first, and then I come back in and start adding the embellishments. Then I will add any gemstones to finish it off. But because I'm just having fun working with their papers today, I'll just do one card at a time, if that makes sense. But I want the tree. It's going to be a little bit cut off, but that's okay. That's all right. We like mixing things up. So let me get some tape here. I like to use double-sided tape. It's a lot easier for me personally to use for setting up the backgrounds. I know this is an excessively long piece of tape, but that's okay. Because I could end up using both of them. All right, now where's my scissors? You know, it's quite hilarious how you can have everything but the kitchen sink all over your craft room, but you can't find anything when you need to use it. So, just another moment of crafting hilarity. So, we are doing good. And Dawn, if you happen to be tuning in or if you happen to watch the replay, I'm just letting you know that all of the cards that I have made using your winter wishes, that first round of Christmas cards that I made, every single one of them sold out like that. So your papers are out in the wilds of southeastern Michigan and people are asking for more. So that is what I am working on today. Well, just so you know, you have more goodies out and about. And I will try not to touch the desk too much because for whatever reason, if I move the mic or I rub my hands over the desk, I get a whole ton of static through the headphones. And I think that will come through to you. So I apologize if that happens. I do apologize for any excess noise. All right, so I'm ready to put on the first background paper. And the way that I work, usually I just have an idea or a theme that I want to do, but other than that, I just sort of free flow with it. I don't sit down and generally pre-cut stuff, unless I'm doing bulk and I need the papers cut down ahead of time. That doesn't happen too often. Usually I just kind of do it all at one time, but I don't know. That's just sort of the role I got onto when I started making cards, and it's still just sort of how I work. I absolutely appreciate people like one of the gals that I watch a lot of, that does a lot of pre-cutting, and she does, what are they called? She uses card sketches, which are nice, but I like watching other people use the card sketches, but I don't really use them. I think I've maybe used one or two over the years, but I just usually am in the middle. I could have the sketch out on my desk, but being me, I'll forget to use it. It's sort of like having a reusable grocery bag. Then I go to the store and then I forget to take the bag in the store. So it's like that. So that's why I just sort of give up on using the sketches and things like that. Though I do appreciate the skill. They have some really great sketches. So if that's something that could be interesting to you, I would definitely go check it out. I am not a big user of them. Okay, I am coming in. Oh, I don't think I want that color. Let's go. Let's take a look. I have a big tub of Love from Lizzie peel-offs next to me. Absolutely love these things, but I don't need to get any for a while because I have a ton in this little tub. So it's easier to keep it right next to my desk since I use them so often. It's a rare day when I make cards that I don't use the peel-offs. And if you've never heard of them, they're these little strips, and the company is UK based if you're abroad. But I think once or twice a year, the gal, and again, that's Love from Lizzie, will have a sale where you can spend $40 on just peel-offs. It can only be peel-offs, but you will get free shipping at that time. She's already had it. I don't If I hear when she may have it again, I'll put a post up about it, but, that's how I got a huge chunk of what I have right now. I did that a couple years ago and got stocked up, but they last a long time. They really do. So, I think that was, like, 2 years ago, and I still have a ton of these peel-offs left, so I won't need to dip into that sale anytime soon. But if you're interested in them, or if you wanna stock up on them, like I said, keep an eye out for those sales. It's usually, like, at least twice a year that she will put them on sale like that. But again, you can only get the peel-offs for that free shipping. You can't bundle them with other stuff from her shop, just so you know. Or, sorry, I got mushy mouth. Just so you know. Um, that's one thing you'll see if you've never watched a lot of Dawn's videos, especially the How Many Cards series that she does, which is how I got started watching her, which is so crazy to believe. That was like the summer, or no, not the summer, it was the spring. I found her in March of 2020 when we were in lockdown. And not only is she an amazing person, but it was so much fun. That is how I got started watching her How Many Cards videos, and so much fun to watch her go. I have never seen anybody make cards as fast as she does, and they're so cute. I can't even, not even on a good day, can I work as fast as her. She is just amazing. So, and I'm very proud of her. She made her goal despite the late start in getting on her. She'll do like so many pads of paper. She will set so many challenges for herself for the year. Like, she'll do how many cards for this many 12 by 12s, this many 8 by 8s, this many 6 by 6, things like that. And she got a late start because she finally got a bona fide studio, and her husband put that together like in 3 seconds. It's amazing. So hats off to her hubby on getting that put together for her. So after having a very late start, I think it was about 2 weeks ago now, maybe, she did the last pad that was on her list, so her goal is complete, and then she's still making a few more to round out 2023. So, just incredible. But that is how I found Dawn, and we have become friends since, and we are doing really good. We're starting to keep our chats on a reasonable time. I usually am chatting with her, it works out, while she's filming a How Many Cards, and I think the last time we did good. We were only online chatting for like 4.5 hours, so that's a good day. That's a good day. Oh, it's so funny. It is an absolute riot. God bless technology to allow you to be able to talk to somebody and hang out when you guys are like halfway around the world from each other. So, okay, I got the first base down. I got the Love from Lizzie strip that I wanted. So now let me see. I think I want to use the Ho 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 stamp. I don't think I've used that one yet. So let's do it. So then the next question is, do I want black ink, brown ink, or blue? I'm thinking blue because I really love the colors that she has used in here with the non-traditional. That is so much fun. Don't get me wrong, traditional colors are awesome. However, it is always fun to mix it up. And I'm just trying to find a stamp platform. So give me 1 second. I apologize if it's really crinkly over there. I know that can be loud. That can be loud when you're on your, filming and coming through the camera. So let's do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that blue. Let me see. Is that... Okay, here we go. It's the only downside when you have letters like H and O. Sometimes it can be hard to know, do you have it going in the right direction? Because me being me, I'll be getting it backwards if given half a chance. All right, so now I'm coming in with the sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp it right in the center. I don't measure unless I absolutely have to. So just so you know, I just tend to eyeball stuff, and I'm usually off center by a little bit, but that don't bother me any. It makes it fun. So I'm just gonna hold this down for a second to make sure I get a good impression, because that is also the risk of stamping without the platform. I do have the platform next to me, but we're just gonna wing it. All right, I can live with that. I like that. So now we got the ho ho ho, and I am deliberately putting it in a vertical layout rather than the horizontal, because why not? So that is the basics for the card. Now let me go see what I have left in her embellishments. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. And again, I'm trying to be very careful and keep it quiet because normally I got stuff banging around everywhere, which makes it quite hilarious. All right, there's that. What have we got? You know, I think I want to use some of her little sequins that she included. Let's do that. And then I can let... Let's see, since I did the white, let's go with silver. And I'm getting really good at remembering that sentiments don't have to be on just the front. So if you feel challenged with that, just a reminder, you can put the sentiments on the inside of the card if you wish. So let me do that now so I don't forget. But before I do that, my current love, I love inking the edges when I'm doing stuff like this. So I'm going to ink up the edges here really quick because why not? It'll help it kind of stand out a little bit from the inside of the card. And I went with the silver foiled sentiment to kind of work along with that Love from Lizzie strip. There's not really anything gold, so this will coordinate a little bit better. You know, I don't mind mixing it up every now and then, but for Christmas, I try to be a little more where I've got the colors are matching, if that makes sense. And yeah, let me do a little bit. Where's my little... It's the only downside when you have like 20 bottles of glue on your desk. It's hilarious that I can never seem to find the small one with the precision tip. Yeah, nobody... Or never let it be said that crafting is not an adventure. All right, so I'm putting that down. I'm going to be careful not to squish it too much because usually I have a tendency to push down really hard. And of course, then the glue will squirt out from under the sentiment and get everywhere. So I'm learning to be careful, y'all. Slow, easy pressure will get the job done. No heavy pressure necessary for that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to kind of be careful and let that sit. That's a good thing. If you are looking for a really good glue, I am not a sponsor, I'm just a user, but the Art Glitter Glue is definitely one of the best. Absolutely love this stuff. It dries clear, it dries quick, so you have to work quick. But it is by far my favorite crafting glue. It doesn't actually have glitter in it, but that's in the name, just so you know. It's not actually glitter glue. But yeah, this is my go-to, so I keep that on hand. It's a little bit more expensive, but a little goes a long way, so when I have to purchase some, it will last quite a while. So, all right, so now let me add the sequins, and we will have our first card will be done. And I also do a little cheater method. I either use these little cups or I use the tape rolls to contain the sequins on the desk if I need to pull some out. So a little side note, if you have trouble with that, because before I started doing this, I would end up knocking half of them on the floor. So if you're sensing a clumsy theme with my stories, you would be correct. If there's a way to knock crap off my desk and onto the floor, I will do it, and repeatedly. So, all right. And this was a homemade jewel picker upper thingy. I have an actual one, but God knows where it is by now. So I just took a paintbrush with the skinny, um, I don't know what you would call that, handle. And then I took a replacement nib for a jewel picker up tool and just put it on the end, because I'm always misplacing one or the other. So right now, this is the one that I have not misplaced, clearly. Yeah, I know. Sorry, being a Captain Obvious there, but um, just a little cheater method, because these are so handy for picking up small stuff like this. Just saying. So I think I want to go with a combination of like the blue and okay, it's got a little bit of a smudge on the back there. Sorry about that. But I'll do a little bit of a mix-up of colors. I think I'll do, if I can find another silver. Let me poke around here. Okay, yeah, it's got to have some good pressure to pick it up. Wait, that looks like purple. Oh, that is purple. Man. I guess that's kind of the only downside when you're dealing with the silver ones. It'll pick up the color of the others. I think I'm going to scooch this guy up. And then one more. I do like the concept, and you may have heard a lot of other crafters say it. The rule of the odds are the best way to put down like embellishments. There are times when you can break that rule, but typically I stick to the rule of odd numbers. I think I want to put that one in the middle, because why not? Okay, let me look and see. How does that look? Yeah, not really. Okay. So why don't I do this? We can kind of make it a little more cohesive, I guess, is a word. Yeah, I think I like that. They almost look like ornaments. Okay. All right, let me get my glue. This will finish off card number 1. And again, I'm still not entirely sure. We might get through all 5. It depends on how much I can stay on track. Because that's the downside. Why I have to be very careful with talking, either in voiceovers or in recording, or in this case, live streaming, because I will get off track in what I'm saying, go off on a tangent, and then I'll be putting everybody to sleep with my endless yakking. So, all right, so here is number 5. And we are good to go. All right, card number 1 is complete. And again, like I said, if you have not checked out and gotten any of Dawn's stuff for you, go get some, definitely, because you get so much with your purchases. It will last a long time. So it's definitely good value for money. All right, I'm going to set that aside to dry just off camera. And then let's get to the next one. Okay, and another favorite, I think I want to do that while I'm thinking of it. Although I will, if I have it handy here, I'm going to do the safer choice and use my stamping platform. This is the top half. Let me see if I can find the rest of it. Oh, of course it's going to be off over on the other side of the room. Okay, I'm going to dip out of my headphones really quick, so bear with me. Hopefully I will not knock anything over on my way, but I'm going to go get the rest of my stamping platform. So sit tight. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. All right. Okay. Putting my earbuds in this way, it keeps me from yelling while I have the headphones in. I can hear the background noise while I'm moving around through the microphone. So, all right, this is what we're going to do. This is another favorite. I have started using sentiment sheets, or like just using the whole stamp collection to build the background. So that is what I'm going to do here. So I just need to lay out all the stamps on the card first, so I know where to place them. Let me wipe that off. And I think I'm going to stick with the blue. I think I really like that. Because again, like I said, it's different. It's always nice to kind of mix things up a little bit. So get the door the right way. And you can kind of tell how much I use my stamping platform a little bit. So we're just going to use all of the stamps. You know what? I got to go this way. That's right. I better make sure I got all that ink off. Okay. So I'm just going to lay them on the background, and this is going to make the background for the card. I did it on one of the other ones in the video, or the videos that I had put up. I can't remember which one, where I used this as the background on the card, and then I think I came in to tone it down to keep it from overshadowing the focal point, and I covered it with vellum. So they may not all fit, but I'll fit on here as much as I can, because, it's Santa Claus. So I'm thinking we'll have a little bit of fun. I'm going to nudge that a little bit. I'm going to put them at a little bit of an angle, put the milk and cookies at an angle. And then when you have stamp sets, it's nice because all the stamps will be on the same level. If you're using them from different sets, you have to really be careful if you want to try to put the background all, using your stamps to fill in the background. You would have to do those like one at a time, because if they're not the same height, then they won't stamp evenly. So just a little tip on that. Took a few mistakes before I kind of figured that out. So thankfully these are all the same because they're from the same set. So again, being Captain Obvious, I think that's one of the favorite quotes from watching Tim Holtz. I mean, because I definitely sail that ship of stating the obvious. So bear with me when I do it, people. I don't mean to be annoying. So, all right, that should be good. And I just got to be sure to not have any ink on my fingers and then end up getting a smudge on the card base. So, okay, I don't mind if this is not a perfect impression, because again, I'm using this as the background, but to try to help make sure that I get even pressure. This is like an air hockey puck to me, but they sell it as a stamping buddy or whatever they call it, where you can press down and save your hand. So, yep, that one. Let's see if I can get a little more ink off of that, because I think that's where I'm going to put the focal point. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this is the background. And again, simple is a beautiful thing. I have said it before. I have learned to shut up and let the paper tell me what it wants me to do. I've learned to enjoy simple but effective cards. And, I'm also happy to throw the kitchen sink at the cards if that's what I feel needs to happen. But right now I'm definitely on a simple card kick. So there is that. And now let me see what I have. I don't have a lot of embellishments left, but let's take a look in our magic basket and see what we got. Let's see. Okay. All right. Ooh, I think this could be good. I think, yeah, I think I like that. All right. I think, oh, but wait, we got a Christmas tree. Let's see. It's kind of the downside sometimes when you have a lot of options. Nope, I think I like my first instinct is with the wreath, but no, I don't have any vellum near me. For a second, I thought I might have some vellum around me, but no. Nope, and I am not gonna go try digging for it now, because then we would be here all year. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be hilarious? Okay, so what I am gonna do, though, is I am going to this is kind of thin, so what I'm gonna do is pop this up with some foam tape and have it as the focal, or focalish, or dual focal, I guess, because you still see the background, but they kind of work together, in my opinion. So I'm going to load it up with some foam tape, but I don't want to make it too thick of foam tape in case this card ends up having to get mailed. So let me get my scissors. That's something else to keep in mind. Especially at the craft show, I have to, when they'll ask, I try to let the people know that the ones with a lot of dimension, that one is best. Those kind of cards are best for hand delivery or mailing in a package if you're sending a gift. But if you have thin enough foam tape, like this stuff is super, super thin, you can see it is not very fat at all. And that's what I really like about it, where it can give you that dimension to lift your element off of the background, but it's not so fat that you would have trouble mailing something like that through the post. Oh, dang. It's definitely got some good tack to it, so try not to rip it back off on accident and then rip the wreath. So I think what I will do to kind of bring it together, well, no, maybe I don't need to do that. Never mind. I was going to say I could ink up the edges, but nah, I don't think I need to do that. I think we'll be all right. So doing this is usually something that I will edit out. If I'm like doing a recording of a video, I will edit out the parts where I'll show where I'm starting to put down the foam tape. And then again, when I'm peeling it off, but since this is a live stream, I do not have the luxury of being able to edit that out. So I will try to do this part as quickly as possible. But that is part of the crafting experience. So I do take advantage in the editing magic to zip through that part really quick. Whether I've got the video on speed up or not, I will usually cut that part out. So okay, I think we're good here. So I'm going to put that down, and it's always good to save even the little bitty bits of stuff like that, like the foam tape, because you never know what size element you're going to be working with. So it's important to hang on to those little extra bits that you cut off from your foam tape, because you can use them on elements that have little small areas that need it. Just so you know. Okay, the thing is cycling. I don't know what that means. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to be coming back online. I don't know if it's just my phone glitching or if it's the whole YouTube experience glitching. I'm not sure. I can't tell from my side. So hopefully, if it is, I apologize, and we could end up just making 2 cards today. So we'll see. If I get an error message, I guess that'll tell me that we have lost connectivity, because that happens quite a bit. Okay, yeah, I really don't know if that's my phone. Okay, so I am ready to put down the little wreath and make sure I'm not pressing too hard. get that out of the way, and I think we are good to go. So let's see. I think for this one, I'm going to use some of these clear gemstones just to add in a little bit of detail. But again, I don't want to overshadow on the card. So I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping my hands in the frame. And I'm wondering if I could use, I might be able to. Let me think about it. I'm wondering if there's another element I could add on there just to kind of tie it in all together, but I will think about it. In the meantime, I will add some gemstones. But for these, I'm actually going to use some of my glitter glue here. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. I think I might just wrap this up with 2 cards because I feel like I'm going to push my luck here with it glitching and getting cut off. So I'm going to leave it to 2 cards. So I will still have other videos going up to showcase. They may not be a live stream like this, but I definitely, again, this is only round 2 of celebrating Dawn's Winter Wishes collection. So stay tuned. There will be more. Again, it is in the middle of craft show season, so it's going to be a combination of, there might be some voiceovers, or it might just be set to music. I kind of have an idea, like I said, of what I'm doing, but I tend to just sit down and start working and go from there. So, and how many times I have to stop and re-record because I forgot what I was saying will also help determine if it's a voiceover or if I just end up setting it to music. That was the last one I put up. I don't even remember how many times I tried to do the voiceover and I just kept mucking it up. And I said, okay, bleep it, we're done. It's going to be set to some lovely music. And that is what I did. So for this, I did add a little shorts video on, I think I'll put it here. You know, the small things that I never remember a lot of the time, I finally caught up to it, of using glitter glue, because it is actually glue. I think I forget that it's not just an embellishment. And I did a little short video showing that if you add a little dab of the glitter glue under a clear gemstone, you can get a little bit of shimmer and glitter look under the gemstone without it being something you have to worry about smearing or shedding or anything like that. So it's just that little extra something that you can add to the card. So I'm going to leave this one right like that. It is simple, where I feel that they work together, but one doesn't overshadow the other. You still get the sentiment with the stamps, but you still have the fun embellishment on the card. And then I just came in and finished it off with the little gemstones. So I'm going to leave that here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And again, if you wanted to come back and rewatch the live stream, it will be available when I'm done with it. And I will also go back in and link in all that information I was telling you about. So please don't forget, the promotions are still ongoing, but you only have until the 20th to be entered for that drawing for the gift card at Dawn's shop. And again, her website is www.shinysilvertreasures.com. So go check it out. Again, thank you guys for hanging out, and I will definitely be seeing you in the next video.